up, you guys? This is Haley here from Should You Buy It? And yesterday was my birthday. I turned 23, so I thought I would just do a video this week that doesn't have anything to do with couponing or makeup or any of that jazz, but just 23 things I have learned in 23 years of life, or as some people say, I leveled up to the 23rd level of life. So I thought I would just jump in. These are some things that I've actually learned the hard way and people have told me and etc. So let's just jump in. Number one is cut yourself some slack. Nobody is perfect. Things are going to happen that you cannot control. So cut yourself some slack, take a deep breath, and always remember that your eyebrows are sisters, they are not twins. Number two is take everything with a grain of salt. It took me a little while to actually put this into almost everyday life, but I learned how to do that and it has made my life a lot better. I no longer think about stuff that doesn't really matter in my life right now, so just take everything with a grain of salt. Trust me, your life will be less stressful and it'll be less hectic. Number three, which kind of actually goes into number two as well, is a lot of things are not worth getting upset about. So make sure you pick your battles. Don't ruin something good over something that is going to be irrelevant in an hour or so. Just brush it off your back and move on with your life. And trust me, your life is going to be so much better. I kind of learned this through college, that try not to just move on. Number four is that you will lose friends in your life. You will even lose your best friends. I have lost both of my best friends. One of them was due to us changing and us not getting along, and then the other one was due to like moving and separation. Like, we're still friends, but we rarely see each other. So you will lose friends in life. You might lose your best friends in life, but always remember that other people are going to come along and you're going to get other best friends, and they might, I hate to say this, but they might be better than the old friends you have. I lost a lot of friends when I went to college, and I met new people in college that were more into what I was into, and they are now my new best friends, and I am kind of glad for it. So you will lose friends, but you will gain more. Trust me on this. Number five is an occasional drink is okay, but do not make it a habit, and do not make drinking a way to deal with your feelings or with anything in life. I know way too many people that drink for feelings and now they don't know how to stop. So if you do, an occasional drink is okay, going out and having fun with your friends is okay, but make sure you set a limit for yourself and make sure you are always safe if you're going to drink. I know people have heard this 1,000 times before, but make sure you are safe, because no drink is ever worth losing yourself or a friend as well. So if you are going to drink, make sure to be safe and make sure to set your limits. You guys know all this. If you're old enough to drink, you guys know that already. Number six, which is actually something that I've kind of dealt with within the last year and a half, and if you haven't already by this age, you will start to lose people. You will start to lose very important people. That can include animals, that can include your family members, your grandparents, you know, aunts, uncles, and that will be one of the hardest things you will have to deal with. But trust me, it will get better, and time doesn't heal all wounds, but it does help a lot. So you might feel like everything is just crumbling down. That's what I felt like last year. Just everything bad was happening at once. And I have learned through time to just kind of not move on, but learn to live with what's happened and just continue living on with my life. So you will start to lose people, even if it's not your family members. It could be celebrities that you looked up to. Like, we lost Alan Rickman. We lost, well, more than a year ago, we lost Robin Williams. It's gonna be hard. And it's okay to be sad, but you have to live on with your life because life forces you to. So just something to let you guys know, you will start to lose people, but it will get better. Number seven is stuff is always neat, and it's nice to have a lot of things, but memories are so much more magical than stuff. So spend your money wisely. You will have a lot more fun spending X amount of dollars going out with your friends than if you bought something like just to have in your house. So spend your money wisely. Number 8 is something that I think a lot of people don't actually know, but someone will always be better than you at something in your life. So you kind of just have to live with that. Someone is always going to be better than you, and you just have to live with it. Number 9 is someone is also always going to be above you power-wise, no matter if it's with your job, even if you own the building and you own the company, your landlord is above you. Even if you own the land, the government is above you. Even if you are the president of the United States, your mother is above you. Everybody has somebody else they have to talk to power-wise that is above them. So show respect, even to the people above you, but the people below you as well. You will get so much more respect, and people will treat you better if you treat other people with respect. Everyone should know this, but a lot of people don't. So show even the people above you respect, and also below you respect as well. Number 10, watch what you put on Facebook and social media. Enough people do not know this, but if you are going to get hired or you are working for a company, chances are you are somehow connected with someone that you work with or that you might work with on social media, and they will watch your Facebook page. I know many people who have gotten fired because what they have put on their social media Facebook page. So that is just being stupid. So watch what you put on there, not just bad things, but also general things. Like if you put every week yourself getting really drunk and you put pictures on Facebook, then your soon-to-be boss can see that and be like, well, she's not really responsible. She's going out every weekend and getting wasted. And that could be the reason they don't hire you. So watch what you put on social media. Even if your social media is private, still watch it, because I can look, like if I'm friends with you and they come to me to ask, I can always look on there as well. So watch what you put on social media, because it will come back to bite you in the butt. Number 11, which I actually read off of a kind of Facebook groupish thing, which totally makes sense, is when you're hugging anybody or when you're hugging a child, never let go first, because you don't know exactly what they've been going through and how much they need that and you need that. So if they initiate a hug, never let go first, because that could be the one thing that is just keeping their life together, is that hug. So never let go first. Number 12, right? Yes, number 12 for you guys. Always prepare for emergencies. This could mean a couple things: keeping a couple $100s in a savings account or somewhere in your house in cash. Could be for emergencies. Also, having some place to go in an emergency. For example, if there's a tornado here, we go underneath the stairs, and underneath the stairs I have a flashlight, I have a phone battery charger that I keep charged, and I have, like, I think I keep a little bag of food and a couple water bottles for Bruce and I. So always prepare for emergencies, because you don't know exactly when it is going to happen. For example, it's pouring rain outside. You guys can probably hear it, but it's pouring rain outside. I mean, obviously there's no tornadoes or anything, or we would be able to hear the sirens, but you never know what's going to happen. And even if it's not like an emergency like that, you could be off of work for a little while due to the fact like you break your ankle or you are just deadly sick. That's something that you also need to prepare for. So prepare for emergencies. That includes some extra emergency cash, and even just a place to duck and cover if needed. And the easiest way to collect that emergency cash, if you're needing to, is taking all your change for the day and putting it in a jar, and then eventually going to the bank and getting it cashed out. That's the way I've done it for a long time, and it works out really well. So don't forget to prepare for emergencies, because they will happen whenever you don't expect it, especially if you're driving home and someone just smacks you on the side of your car. Ugh, it's the worst thing ever. Number 13, which everybody has been saying for the longest time, but if you are someone who owns a pet, get them fixed. I'm sorry, but I hate it when people do not get their animals fixed, and for no reason at all. I know some people who haven't been able to get their animals fixed due to the fact that their animal has an allergic reaction to the sedative their vet uses, so they haven't been able to get them fixed, but they've gone into ways to making sure they don't procreate and create more little animals. But I know a lot of people who just haven't done it, and then their cats or their dogs get pregnant 2 to 3 times, and then they have litters that are 10 to 12, and that's 36 cats already, and they're just like, well, they just make excuses. So always go get your pets fixed. Most of the time there are local places around your city that can do it for less than $50, which is pretty inexpensive. For us to get Bruce fixed in St. Louis, it was over $100, which is insane for a male. The females were even more expensive. And if you're afraid of like the security risk, if you're afraid of the risks of surgery, it is actually more, you have a higher chance of getting hurt in a car wreck than you do your cats getting fixed. So it is a very safe procedure. For males, they don't even have to cut into them. For females, they obviously do. But go get your animals fixed, because I read this online, which is interesting. One female cat who is not fixed can contribute to over 1 million other cats in 5 years. So do you know 1 million people that need cats? Yeah, I don't think you do. Because if one cat doesn't get fixed and has a litter of 13 or even 7, then those 7 cats don't get fixed and they have litters of 7, and it just explodes. And that's how the pet population explodes. So get your cats fixed. There's a lot of places that will do it extremely cheap. It'll be extremely cheap for you to do it. So just go and get that done, because Bob Barker has always been right to get your animals spayed and neutered. Number 14, be honest with yourself and with other people. It will make your life a lot better, and it will make their lives a lot better as well. If you do have something on your mind, just say it. There's a difference between being honest and being a bitch. Being honest is just somewhat saying, you know, like, hey, your breath stinks, or you need to put some deodorant on. That's not being a bitch. That's just letting them know that something is wrong and they need to go and take care of themselves somehow, in some way. But be honest with them. It will also make your relationships with your friends and family stronger. And if you can't be honest with somebody, then they don't need to be your friend or in a relationship with you, because that's how relationships work, is with honesty. I lost a best friend because I finally stopped taking her crap in college, and I was honest with her, and then she just couldn't take it, so she just decided that she was just gonna be a big bitch to me. So being honest with someone is probably the best thing you can do, because they might not know that something's wrong, and you telling them can be really great. And yeah, I went off on a tangent, but be honest with people. Just do it. I don't know why. I finally learned that's the best policy. You're always told that as a child, but it really is. It is the best policy. Number 16, 1-6. It's actually nobody ever really talked to me about, but it was about your credit and how it exactly works. Now, at the age of 18, obviously everyone starts getting credit card stuff, and everyone's like, no, don't get a credit card, blah, 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 blah. Well, actually, I wish I would have gotten a credit card at the age of at the age of 18, because I recently got one, probably about a year and a half ago, and because of the age of my credit score is lower. Nobody ever really talked to me about credit and how that exactly works, and I'm learning this now. But the one thing I don't like is, because I had never borrowed money from people, like I never had a credit card. I'm 22, turning 23. I couldn't lease my townhouse by myself because I had no credit, because I had never borrowed money from people. Does that make sense? It sucks that society's like that. So I would suggest at the age of 18 getting a small limit credit card and just putting small items on it, like your food. Don't go out and don't go shopping. This isn't free money. You will have to pay this back with interest if you can't pay it off already. So I suggest is going on there and just buying things you buy every day, like your gas. If you buy lunch or food every day, suggest getting one of those small limits so you can't go overboard if you do go overboard, and working your way up credit-wise, because I wish I would have done that sooner, because everyone kept telling me, don't get a credit card, don't get a credit card, they're awful. But I wish I would have, because now I'm struggling really hard on getting stuff on my own because my credit is too low, because my credit age, sorry, that's an ambulance. My credit age is too small, so it's bringing down my credit. And it's just a number of different factors. I will tell you that I do use Credit Karma, not sponsored, for all my credit stuff. It is free and they're really, really helpful. They have an app and they will help you with everything if you have any questions about that. But I would suggest getting a credit card and rarely using it. You don't even have to use it. Use it like once a month for like some food and then pay it off. Just starting out younger, I think you'll be better. And it's nice to have a credit card in case of emergencies. For example, about a year and a half-ish ago, Bruce started having seizures, so I had to take him to the vet like in the middle of the night, and they had to do all this blood work, and it cost us like $500, and I didn't have $500 on me at the time. So, and our vet doesn't really allow you to do payment plans, which I think is stupid for an emergency like that, because I would have been 21, I didn't have $500 cash on me, so I had to put it on a credit card, which was super nice because my parents helped me pay it off. But it's nice to have them just in case of emergencies as well, but it will help you with your credit and it will help you in the future, just trust me. Number 17, learn to drive a stick, because it will help you so much. It will save you money because stick vehicles are cheaper than automatic vehicles. They're traded in more, so there is more used stick vehicles than there are automatic vehicles. And if you are stuck somewhere, like I saw this video of someone who their car would not work, so they had to borrow like their husband's car, and their husband's car was a stick and they didn't know how to drive it, and it was so funny that I'm trying to just do it. So learn how to drive a stick. I somewhat know how to drive a stick. In an emergency, I could probably drive a stick, but learn how to do it. It will help you out so much. Number 18, if people can't accept you for who you are, then they're not really your friends. That's all I really have to say about that. If they can't accept you for who you are, now obviously, I mean, if it's something that's obviously like you smell really bad, like help yourself. But if they cannot accept you for who you are, like if you like anime or if you like porn or I don't know, but if you don't, if you like any of those things and they are like, well, I don't like it, blah, 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 I can't accept you for that, blah, 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 then they're not really your friends. So just move on without them. Your life will be so much better. Number 19, Netflix can be your best friend and your worst enemy. Anyone who watches Netflix knows that already. Or if you're looking for a great TV alternative, Netflix is great and Hulu is great as well. Then you get newer TV shows as well. So like I don't get regular TV, so I have Netflix and I have Hulu. I pay $24 a month for both of them and it's great. And also on my Hulu account, I don't have any commercials, so it's nice. Number 20 is do what you love to do no matter how much money it makes. Obviously, there's some limits to that everyone should know, but you will be a lot happier if you have a smaller house and you're doing what you love than if you have a huge house and you hate your job every day. So do what you love no matter how much money it actually makes. Number 21, learn how to cook basic food. Don't expect somebody else to cook it for you. This isn't just for men, this is for women as well, because I know way too many people who cannot cook and it's flabbergasting. Learn how to cook basic food, like chicken in a skillet, like noodles. They're not that hard to do. I don't know how you can mess up noodles. I know some people who can though. And just learn how to do it. Trust me. Don't expect somebody else to cook for you, because it will be nice if you, like, what if your wife or your husband is sick and they can't cook? You're just gonna starve. Or have to go get takeout. Or just starve. Number 22, which is something that I've learned within the last couple of years that Ethan has learned as well, is time to yourself is okay. And I believe everyone needs it every once in a while. So Ethan has been in Chicago since November. I saw him for Christmas, and then I saw him for Valentine's Day, and we're thinking about seeing each other again in St. Louis in April, but it's some time for yourself is nice. You get to do, oh, I just broke something, sorry. you get to do whatever you want to do, and you get to make your own schedule, and it is really nice. So don't be afraid to take some time for yourself, even if it's away from your spouse or from your boyfriend or from your parents or whatever. Just for yourself, go. That doesn't mean you have to go somewhere. That could mean that you just stay in your house, in your room, and watch Netflix all weekend. That's some time to yourself, and you should not feel ashamed of that. Maybe the Netflix part. Not really. That's what I do. And number 23, being on your own for the first time is going to be really rough. It was really rough for me. It was really rough for Ethan. It's been really rough for a lot of people, but you will get through it, and you will learn a lot about yourself and other people and how you want to be treated and all this other stuff. But it will work out, and you will be able to get through this. So life might kick you in the butt, but you will get through it. Just trust me on that. So that's actually all I have for 23 things I have learned in 23 years. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to leave those down below. Also, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, join the Savings Army, never paid retail again. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!